It's the After the Show podcast, precious.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the After the Show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. You can tell Bird is here. You all right, Bird?
It's not quiet.
Yeah.
Great.
She makes an entrance.
Oh, yeah, she does.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she does. If you did not see the regular show, we've got our henna face tats. They are on for the 31,000 subscribers who we have on YouTube. Thanks for helping us get there. We will have this on our face, promoting it for the next week. Let's see if we can get it even higher. We've picked up 200 since we got to 31,000, so we're at 31.2K.
Okay, yeah, let's track this. Let's see if this stunt moves the needle at all.
I feel like you are a walking billboard, so
Yep.
you should get some bump from it.
Yep.
Someone's gonna ask, what's on your face, and then you'll explain it, and,
Yeah.
and then you'll walk away, and they won't subscribe.
Well, the way we have it, it's self-explanatory. It says KVJ Show on our foreheads. Then on one cheek, it says 31K subscribers. Then on the other, it says youtube.com/KVJ Show. So you can find it. So
I got a little pizza on the side of my head. You see mine?
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
Denny's got
popping.
some extra flair.
He asked her for a pizza, and I tried to give her $10 to make it a penis, but she wouldn't do it.
She said she does tattoos, and she will do someone's tattoo for free if they let her put a penis in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yesterday, we posted a video based on the conversation we had about Blake Lively, why everybody was coming for her. And if you watch that video, there are a couple additional clips that are in there that were not necessarily included in the regular conversation, including the one where I guess she fat-shamed somebody and made him feel bad about having a bump. Because somebody had asked her about her little bump maybe when she was pregnant. And then she said, well, what about your bump? And I guess the woman wasn't pregnant and had been suffering with fertility issues.
Oh.
And I think that's where somebody did not like her on that. So I didn't understand that at first, but I did after seeing the video that we have posted up. It's on our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can go there and see it all. But there is another story today that is kind of roping in a little bit of shade to not only Blake Lively, but her husband, Ryan Reynolds. And this goes back some years to around 2010 when they started doing the Green Lantern together, a movie nobody really watched, so maybe you forgot that it had Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, but they met each other on that film.
Ah.
The problem is that Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson at the time,
Whoopsie.
and Blake Lively was dating Penn Badgley.
Oh, I love Penn Badgley.
And so they are saying that this started all off because they had an affair with each other. And if you look at the timeline, it's pretty obvious. Ryan and Blake starred together in The Green Lantern, which filmed from March to August of 2010 in Louisiana. Blake was dating Penn until November 2010.
Oh.
And Ryan was with Scarlett Johansson until December of 2010. So they also ended their relationships right about the same time, and they didn't officially become a couple until sometime in late 2011. So they then kept it on the DL for a year to let time pass. But as people are doing the timeline, they're throwing some shade and saying clearly they cheated on their partners with each other.
Someone from Hollywood cheated on somebody?
Overlap happens.
Yeah.
People fall in love all the time on movie sets. They talk about how it's like, a thing.
What? Or they cheat on their mate. I mean, fall in love, cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it the same?
So that's what is one of the latest things. So people are just kind of saying, I don't get all the Blake Lively hate. Well, then people keep sending us emails, be like, well, here's another one, and here's another one. Here's another reason why we hate her. So apparently it is legit. But, people do not like Blake Lively. Got this email, too, from Ashley. She said, you guys were talking about people calling people pregnant who weren't actually pregnant. I've had this happen to me, and it was terrible. My husband and I had been trying to get pregnant for 5 years. We were all at a house party and standing around the kitchen hanging out with somebody that I didn't even know when they looked at me and said, So, what do you do? Well, it made me feel absolutely horrible inside and completely ruined my night because I wasn't pregnant. Turns out, though, later that year, they discovered I had a cantaloupe-sized tumor on my uterus that was preventing us from becoming pregnant.
Oh.
And this is possibly what made him think that I was.
A cantaloupe
That's
size?
big. That's big.
Good Lord.
Put a cantaloupe in my body, you're going to notice it. And then after they removed that, my husband and I were able to get pregnant with our now 3.5-year-old beautiful baby boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long do you still look pregnant after you have the baby?
A few months.
You do? You'll still have a little belly bump?
I mean, most people, there are some miracle girls that their stomach goes down really super fast. But if you're a normal girl, it's going to take a few months.
Have I heard that breastfeeding accelerates that process?
They say that, but in my experience, I don't know. I mean,
You're not feeling it?
It might help a little bit, but I mean,
not enough.
What helps is putting down the cheeseburgers and chicken wings that I ate when I was pregnant and actually eating like salad.
I would be a good pregnant woman.
Oh, yeah, you'd be great. You'd be just like me. My first trimester with Mags, first trimester. So that's like the first 3 months. You're not really even showing yet. The doctor's like, you put on 30 pounds. What the F are you doing?
Girl went for it.
Stop it. And I was like, but I'm eating for 2. And she goes, no, you're not. That's a myth. Stop it.
Nah.
Because she's right. If you put on the weight, you're going to have to take off the weight, and it's not going to be fun, and you're going to make your pregnancy more uncomfortable when you get to month 8 and 9 if you're overweight.
From what I've observed, the best way to take off the weight is to have a full-time nanny and a trainer. And when you have that, I've noticed that people seem to take the weight off faster.
Also get a few $1,000,000 in your account.
Yeah.
That helps.
A personal chef, too, seems
Oh
to
my
help
gosh.
with that.
I would be in the best shape ever if I was rich. I would have all those things you just named.
Yeah, the people who rebound the fastest seem to have those 3 things in their
Because they
life.
ain't got to worry about shit. Imagine not having to worry about anything.
Well, all you have to worry about is staying hot.
Yeah.
That's like your job.
Yeah, they seem to rebound the fastest.
Stay hot, stay happy.
Boy, money, I think it works.
And Ashley said, people should never ask anyone when they are due or when they will be having children. You never know someone else's story or struggles.
That is true. We have learned that from hearing all kinds of horror stories. Don't ask.
It's weird when you start talking about someone's, especially if you don't know them.
Don't comment. Don't ask. Don't get involved. Just tell them, oh, man, you look beautiful.
But then
I
you
haven't
can't,
seen you in so long. How you doing?
but then you can't even say that these days. You look beautiful, pig. I don't know. Yeah, I just look down now. Ignore people.
With a twitch.
I'm kidding.
Well, I got this from somebody who heard you talking about Antarctica, and they said, what Jbird is talking about is a treaty that is in place where all countries in the world are involved. They have all agreed to protect and prohibit the exploration of Antarctica. Nobody is allowed there past a certain point. All armies are guarding this. This information can be Googled.
No, I know what they're right. I do know what they're talking about, but there's also other stuff going on in Antarctica that people, conspiracy style, believes that's going on there.
This utopia that's down a tunnel.
Their emailer's right, but there's other stuff going on out there in Antarctica, and people think it's bizarre. People are asking questions.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right. And a female, Ryan, said that if you are getting sued, she might be able to help you out. Now, she works in the clerk's office in Indian River, but she has contacts in the Palm Beach County clerk's office. And if someone is suing you, there would be a case file. So you mentioned that the other day, Jbird.
Yeah.
You thought you were being sued. So.
I mean, one of us will get sued eventually, so that advice is very good to have always.
Yeah, so she can help you out if you want to find out if you're being sued or
Thank you.
not.
Or scootered. If I'm being scootered, I want to know.
I was reading scam here, so I put that with sued.
Getting scootered sounds like a dirty move.
It's
It
a move in the
does.
bedroom, and it
Yeah.
requires you be in the bottom. You want to try?
Not as violent as a motorboating.
I scootered the fuck out of Kevin.
Yeah. You ever been pogo sticked? Now that one hurts. She said there might even be more scamming in our future. There is a hacker that claims that they've stolen the identity and social security number of every American. Well, that's comforting.
I saw that, in the same month that I've received multiple notices from multiple companies, like the phone company, like medical companies, like they've all sent me a letter saying, hey, just to let you know, we got hacked and all your information, including your social, has been compromised. Have a great day.
Wow.
Like, what is going on? I just feel like there's no wall or no security or no barrier you can put up that these hackers, if given enough time, can't figure out how to get through.
Yeah, that's really it. It's like we invented and opened up this big room and we let everybody in, but we didn't have any security.
And there's no reason for you to be giving anybody your social and all that information and your mother's maiden name and anybody who asks for it. The answer moving forward needs to be no, because you can't guarantee me that you can protect my information.
Yeah.
Damn it. I keep forgetting we have these tattoos on our face and I keep knocking off shit.
You're like the family dog. Do we have to put a cone around you? He keeps scratching his face, so we got to put a cone on him.
I kind of do think we need a cone.
Oh, yeah,
An ice cream cone.
You knocked off the bottom of the J.
Oh,
KVJ show, yeah.
I'm fired.
You ironically knocked off your own letter.
He did. He went after himself.
Dang, it was a big chunk. I could feel it. Is it fucked now?
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been through a lot.
It looks like the KVI show.
And here's the funny dichotomy, because I have so much Botox in my face, mine hasn't moved an inch.
Yeah, yours is really locked in there.
Jbird's looks crumbling.
Yeah,
Kevin,
it
Virginia,
is.
and Ivan.
Yeah.
KVI.
Yeah.
Mine is just as good as the minute she put it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
She told me, she goes, you make a lot of expressions.
That means you need Botox.
Well, gee, I just snotted on myself.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
a tissue.
I do need Botox, to be quite honest with you.
You think this is a good idea? Jennifer sent us this, that in Hong Kong, they've begun installing street lights on the ground because people won't stop looking at their phone. So it shines a red light in front of your feet.
Ah.
I mean, it's just a sad state of the world.
Yeah, well, yeah, and this is Hong Kong, so Chinese aren't any better than us. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we are all just sheep now. We've been in this thing, and they're leading us into this room where everybody's stealing all of our money. How did it get to this?
How did it get to this? And we pay for it.
Yeah.
We love it.
It's nuts.
Ugh.
And now even OpenAI is concerned that users are forming emotional connections with its chatbots.
Of course this is going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to end up, people are going to fall in love with the robots and their chat GPT. I'm telling you.
All the interactions they feel they need, they are getting from a chatbot.
Someone was even saying that when they use their chat GPT, they are polite with what they're asking it. So, because they feel if you're polite to it, it will give you a better answer and almost respect you more and give you what you need. But if you're dicky to the chat GPT, they think it doesn't give you the right stuff. It's going to screw you over.
Did Chat GPT matches energy?
That's what this one person believes now.
I love matching energy.
Oh, but don't be surprised.
But not with Chat GPT. With real humans.
Yeah. But that's kind of that'd be kind of weird if all of a sudden the robot knows when you're being kind of rude and dickish, and Kevin, you want to look something up and goes,
yeah,
this guy's being a fuckface. I'm gonna give him some bullshit.
I'm gonna give him the wrong answer.
Yeah.
It might. I'd actually tried something today with ChatGPT where I asked it to troll me based on my Instagram feed, and it shot back that I don't say mean comments and all this kind of stuff. It's like almost like, oh, how dare I try to make it be rude?
What do you want, Boy Scout Chat GPT?
It doesn't do mean stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, right. It won't do the mean stuff.
Interesting.
Like, that's my favorite kind of stuff.
You got to rely on good old-fashioned humans to be mean.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, that's going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're good.
Yeah. We were talking about things that nobody can look good doing, and Lisa said, I've got one for you. Trying to get on or off of a pool float.
Oh,
The worst.
yes, that is true.
It's rough for the
That
bird
in a
over here.
hammock.
Or getting back in the boat from being in the water.
Oh, yes.
It's so hard.
Trying to get on the back of a jet ski.
That too. If you're in the water
Yes.
and you got to get on a boat or a jet ski or a float,
Right.
good luck.
Oh, it's just, yeah.
You have a trick hammock at your house, Virginia, and on Thanksgiving I went over there and that thing just whooped my ass.
Well, it's on its last leg, and then it saw Jbird coming, and it's like, oh, fuck, I just gave up.
Oh, it did.
He ripped a hole in it and flipped it at the same time.
That's impressive.
It was, and we got it on a film. It was kind of impressive
Yeah.
to have it go so wrong.
So quick.
Got an email from Jennifer. She asked, should children recite the Pledge of Allegiance in school? I'm an old school dude. I say yes. I think that they should. I think, first of all, memorization is good for your brain. So why not give it something that you recite and regurgitate? And I am a fan of it because I feel one of the things that does concern me about America today is patriotism. And I think it is very important with all the countries and the way that if they came and took over would want us to live. We like our American freedoms, and you may not realize in a sense how good we have it until somebody else is running the ship. And if people don't care to stand up and be patriotic and take care of the defense of this country and take pride in this country, then I think the country could crumble, and I wouldn't want to see that. So I believe in it.
We are lucky to be here. Think about what's going on with Putin over there and
Yeah.
Russia, and they're snatching Americans now on purpose to hold them as ransom so they can get their own operatives released from not just U.S. imprisonment, but all over the world. It is some crazy stuff, and we live in this country where we're free and we don't have a Putin. We are lucky.
I do feel like collectively we take that for granted.
We do.
I just because there are parts of the world that
They would give anything to be here. Mm-hmm. Anything.
Yeah, I would like to see more patriotism. To me, it was an encouraging time in America after 9/11 when you saw everybody come together and the patriotism was there and people said, okay, you know what, we've got a lot more in common. And it was a good era for America getting over what was just, god awful. And so that was encouraging. But over the last 20 years, I feel like it's really fallen off a good bit.
The other thing, too, is I do feel everything is a bit more divisive than it used to be. And it's hard, when you start getting everyone yelling at each other, it's hard to stay unified like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm all for it, if you're asking the question. A couple other emails that we have here. And Jennifer brought up this point. It's so nice. I agree. Wish I could just drop off my body at the gym and have them call me when it's ready to be picked up. Wouldn't that be nice? I've thought about that so many times.
That's what I think about sleep. I wish I could just put a program in, 8.5 hours, hit the button, and there's done. You go right to sleep.
Go into like an oxygen chamber capsule.
Yeah, you just wake up. It'd be great to do that for exercise as well.
I would like to put you in one of those capsules with like the pure oxygen and see if like that helps.
Yeah.
I feel like something's keeping you from ever getting good sleep, and it's either apnea or brain noises or a demon.
Maybe
Or
all the above.
It could be all three working together.
Look, I haven't seen The Undertaker lately. He has not tried to choke me in the last couple of days. That's good.
Okay. Progress.
Now, run through all of your upcoming doctor appointments. What are you going to go see? Who are you going to go see and for what?
I've got 2 MRIs today. Then I
Okay.
go see my doctor tomorrow to go over the MRIs. And then I have a kidney appointment on Friday. And people keep asking me, what's wrong with your kidney? Nothing's wrong with it, but I've had a lot of back issues. And I just want to double check to make sure, my kidney's okay. I just had it looked at a couple months ago and everything was fine. But I'm doing a deeper dive just to, make sure that everything's working good. I do struggle with drinking water, so I think a lot of times I'm dehydrated, and I'm trying to get better at drinking water, and I can feel a difference when I do drink water. I really don't like it, and I know you can put the little drops in it. Still tastes like shit. Still tastes awful. But yeah, so that's what we got going on.
Okay. All right. Now, do you think once you get the hip, back, kidney, all that stuff out of the way, do you think the sleep study might happen to get that part
Yeah, absolutely.
on point?
That would be great. Yeah.
Who do you go to for that, and what kind of work do you put into it?
They're saying you could do it at home now.
Yeah, my dentist was telling me about how, or it was one of the plastic surgeons. Somebody was telling me they give it to you now like an Apple Watch. And you go home to your normal bed, which I think is way better than trying to do it in a hospital.
With people watching
With people watching you, creepy
Yeah.
much?
That was real restful.
I could never sleep if I knew a guy
No.
with a clipboard was watching my every
I couldn't
move.
either.
I'm not kidding you. I looked up. There was a window full of 5 people just watching me. It was weird.
It's creepy. And how are you supposed to masturbate?
Oh, you gotta do that before. You gotta get all that out before you go into that thing. Because you're
Mine
right.
was a joke. His was serious.
Because you can't wake up with the hornies.
Guys, I can't sleep unless I
tug it.
hope you don't mind.
Brr, 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 brr.
I wonder what they would do.
They would probably be
If all of a
horrified.
sudden, guys, sorry, you want the real numbers. You gotta let me. I
You
gotta
told me to
masturbate.
come here, so I came.
And I can't get out of the bed because if not, it wakes me up.
Yeah, and I thought you wanted real accurate numbers.
That would be something. I wonder if that'd be allowed.
No, I don't think it would be.
No, why not?
Stop me.
But it sounds like you have the information for doing a sleep study, so that could happen right after.
Yeah, I also hate going to the doctors, and I've been to the doctors a lot in the last 2 weeks, so I'm just kind of, I will do the sleep study. I promise. I know people have been on me about that.
If you got hip, back, and sleep fixed, what else do you have on the list that needs to be taken care of in the bod of Jbird?
I feel I'm good. It
good,
really is
then.
just this leg thing that I'm going through. Everything else feels fine. It's the lower half of my back and my leg. And today we're going to do a deeper dive to see if I definitely absolutely need a hip replacement. They said I probably do, but this is going to be just an extra look to make sure. Look, if I don't have to get surgery, that would be amazing as well. I'm walking around.
You're walking around like you need a whole new bottom half.
Yeah, they're telling me I got bone on bone, rubbing against each other.
And not in the good way. Not in the
No.
gay, fun grinder way.
That'd be a great name for a gay bar, though.
Bone on
wouldn't
bone.
it? Yeah.
I just, I think once we get that settled, I'll be all right. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm in my prime.
Well, a lot of people have a lot of advice for you. Christina has an acupressure mat. Helps me relax and sleep at night. I lay on it for 20 minutes. I set my phone timer. Once the timer goes off, I roll off the mat and I knock out for the night.
When he borrows it, are you going to be mad if he masturbates on it?
Oh, could be rough. She has the Kanjo brand mat. Kanjo.
Okay.
She said, I wouldn't go any cheaper because the cheaper ones hurt.
Oh.
Aha.
He likes a little pain, though.
Not like that.
She said, also try wearing red lens blue blockers before sleep. I have a pair I wear before bed, even when I'm still scrolling on my phone.
God, I really still look like it's some mental issues, doesn't it?
No, well, I mean, you do sound like mental issue. I think for once in your life, since I've known you, I think the physical is more fucked than the mental.
For the
first time in your life.
Well, it's just anytime you're in a constant pain, and this is what this is. It feels like a toothache in my leg, and I'm trying to be go-lucky Jay, but I really am. It's been very, very challenging. So I apologize if I sound off or if I'm a dick. I'm not trying to be. I'm really, really going through it.
No, you don't sound like a dick. You just sound like a man in pain.
Yes.
And a struggle, and just watching you walk.
Well, every time I go to commercial break, I just feel bad. All you hear is. Yesterday, Kevin was blowing his nose. I was.
Yeah.
Virginia really got a lot.
Like,
Not healthy. Yeah.
Get it together.
I
We
know.
sounded fucking broke down yesterday.
It's rough. There's a lot going on around here on
A
this show.
lot. And now we have henna face tats.
Yeah.
There's
I
always
know.
some goofy shit going on.
It is. There's always just a lot. It's always just a lot. Jenna has a comment about Tua Tagovailoa. He really came out and blasted his old coach which, I guess is kind of bold in a sense, but, he doesn't play for him anymore, and I assume probably never will. But talked about how he was not a believer in Tua, and it made him feel that way every day, like he wasn't wanted and didn't deserve to be there. And now Mike Macdonald, the current coach of the Dolphins, have built him up, and he's had all this success, at least in the numbers. But Jenna wants to pump the brakes on that, as some do, saying I'm not completely sold on Tua yet because he doesn't beat good teams. So before we go off saying that Mike Macdonald was right and Brian Flores was wrong, let's just have Tua beat the Bills first when it actually matters.
But in the world of mental health, a Mike is much better than who was the last guy who
Brian
yelled
Flores.
than a Flores, because you need a guy encouraging you, telling you how good you are, building you up. If you have a boss that hates you and doesn't believe in you and yells at you and tells you you suck, trust me, it's not good for performance.
No, you're right. Yeah, we've been there. We've had that happen. Where every day you're told just how terrible you were and you're ruining the radio station and all that. And then we got away from that, and boom, things just turned around for us.
I was telling y'all about my college coach, and I wasn't able to say it on the regular radio, but he was really negative and just a fucking mean son of a bitch, and he would tear you down and rip you apart in front of everybody. I told you he actually hit my hip. Oh, he threw
With a ball.
baseball off
On
of,
purpose.
Yeah, he threw it off my hip, and then it was the last ball in the bucket, so I had to help him pick up the balls. He starts getting this real crazy look in his eye. He going, "You thought you were bad, didn't you, Penny? You thought you're bad. You're a pussy just like everybody else. Go back to Jupiter, you Jupiter pussy." He said it just like that after hitting me.
Which hip?
My left hip.
The one that's hurt?
Yeah, you need
All
to go
right.
sue him. Yeah.
What's the statute of limitations on ball throwing?
I was 18 years old. I think we got a case.
Yep. That's what happened.
I'm no lawyer, but I think we can go after this guy.
But he was a psycho, and it was hard for. I think it was hard for some people to get the best out of them because he was always screaming and fucking scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah, I don't know that they had the kind of training that they do for coaches today. And there seems to be a better awareness. There's clinics, a lot of information you get on YouTube. Communication is a lot better, and you see how the successful ones do it. You can study it a lot more, and I think come to the better conclusions that, yes, you don't get high performance out of people when you're berating them and cutting them down.
At least
to the
I
knees.
wasn't like that. You didn't get the best out of me like that. I always responded better to positive coaches, always.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind a little giddy up saying,
Yeah,
all right,
of
come on,
course.
man, got to get it going. Let's go. You got more in the tank than that.
No,
And,
I don't want no pussy
Yeah.
as a coach either.
Yeah, if somebody's like, hey, you're down at end today, and called me out for that, then I think that's good.
But there's ways to do it without throwing a ball off a guy's hip and
Yeah.
calling him a pussy in front of everybody.
Go back to Jupiter when I'm not even from Jupiter.
And then being the reason that all these years later, the man now has to get a hip replacement.
That dude got fired after that year because he was so insane. The coach I'm talking about.
Good. Yeah, that's
Coaching's not for him.
yeah, it shouldn't be.
He threw a ball at you on purpose and hurt you. Like, what?
It was the weirdest thing too. Me and my dad, because it was 8 hours away, we were getting ready to go back my sophomore year, and this coach had not been fired yet, and we weren't sure if I wanted to go back to Chipola Junior College because he was crazy, and no, Chipola, it was just so out in the middle of nowhere. So I have my Chipola shirt on, and this big guy goes, "Hey, you go to Chipola?" I go, "Yeah, I'm actually going in the car right now to go up there." He goes, "Do you know who Dell is? Coach Dell?" I go, "Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about." He goes, "He is fucking crazy. He beat up one of our players." This guy knew who he was. 8 hours. It was bizarre. And me and my dad looked at it as a sign. We got up there. My name wasn't on the board or anything. So we just said, "You know what? You're not going to Chipola this year. And I ended up going to Broward Community College instead."
Wow.
We saw that as a sign.
That is a
Yeah.
sign.
It was so bizarre. The fact that somebody here in Palm Beach County knew, the coach I'm talking about, the school that I was going to.
and said he was a bad guy.
Just said how crazy he
Did
was.
he beat up one of his own players?
The story was the shortstop fucked up a play, and he went out there and either hit him in the head or choked him out or something. And they
his
lost.
own guy.
wow.
Wow. Yeah, you need to go do something else.
We drove up there thinking, that was that a sign? That was weird.
Was that a sign? Was that a lawsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of crazy things happen in this world.
Sports can bring out some crazy shit.
Yep. We are getting close to football season. I am very excited because it really gets going this weekend, Virginia. I know you've got to be pumped as well. You have got a lot of great high school games. On Friday and Saturday, you're going to have 3 South Florida high schools on ESPN's. And then there's all kinds of Friday Night Lights action. That gets going this weekend. It's week 1. You do have some college action going on. And then the following week is when you're going to have everything from college firing up to NFL. So we're in it. So I don't have a lot of time left to binge watch shows. I'm trying to finish up season 3 of Hacks. And there's one that I would love to get through if I can, because I'm hearing good stuff. And my family just got on The Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm really starting to hear a lot of people loving it. And I don't know if you've checked it out yet, but that is the one I would like to try to get in if I can. But we also have another suggestion here from Monica. And she said, if you're looking for a touching, heartfelt tearjerker of a documentary, here's a great one. It's an organization who goes to jails and helps fathers of daughters do a daddy-daughter dance to create a bond and give the men a second chance at fatherhood.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's a 10-week journey they have to go on in classes while they're in prison, and then they get to have one night where they get to do a daddy-daughter dance in the prison with their daughters. It's literally the sweetest thing, and you get to see how big of an impact having a father is as a little girl. Thank you for all that you do. So it's Daughters on Netflix. It's a documentary that you can check out.
I saw that. It came up on my list of things, and I was like, what is this about? But there's just so many choices on Netflix. Man.
I know. There's a lot of stuff out there, but you got to weed through all the crap,
You
right?
do.
Yeah, that is the ultimate challenge. So do appreciate all of your great advice. Thank you so much for sending it to us. Mail at kvjshow.com. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.